What's up, y'all? Yo, this is Dame Dash, the CEO. Here to welcome y'all to the Dream Team. What y'all niggas thought I was gonna rap? Never. I'm just a little mad at niggas coming at my neck like my team ain't the best in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like we ain't got beans, Cam, Jay, Bleak, Freeway.
It's Hot 107.5, man. Friday night. It's Hot Boy Radio. I've been to your Uknowcell DJ Gifted. We live right now at Hip Hop Detroit.
Call me, bro. We got tough.
Each and every Friday night, we bring you the hottest artists, hottest interviews. This week, it's a little special, man. We got a CEO, a mogul, a legend in the building. One time for Dame Dash. What up, though?
What's happening, man? What up, though?
Man, coolin', man. How you feeling, man?
I'm good. I'm a little tired. You know, we just got off the stage a couple hours ago in Indianapolis, and then we was in Florida the night before, and then we just got out the car, and now we're here. So I'm a little tired, but I'm excited. You know, we got new things happening. We got this new television network that's broadcasting live, and with it, we got new ways of communicating and entertaining and teaching through the music. And, you know, for me, it's been important for us to learn about live instrumentation and to respect the art. So I want to bring that energy all over the country. And, you know, the two people to the right and the left are the best at what they do. You know, Tash is, you know, people don't know about him in our culture, but he's the best guitar player in the world that's breathing right now. And I wouldn't say that regular, like I'm Dame, so I'm not gonna say he's the best, and he's just not the best. But y'all see tonight. And then Freeway is, y'all know Freeway, you know, Rockefeller, State Property. But I've always looked at Freeway as a rock star, and I watched him be a rock star, but not like in music, but in life. You know, go through some things and defining moments, challenging situations, and, you know, come out on top and be the person that would you would think would need the help, but he the person helping everybody else. You know, he started a curriculum, and we connected through the OSG, which is a couple of hundred principals from economically challenged places. And what we do is we actually get to go into the schools and teach the kids in the language that they understand. And we also, what I do is I teach the principals how to be entrepreneurs, and I gave them a class. And, you know, he was doing his thing. He got down with OSG. Then we ended up on the stage in Columbia University at an OSG summit. So we were actually at a panel teaching principles that had turned into him. You know, you can't have music without him rapping. You can't help yourself. You know, it's like he's a monster. And he started rapping. Then I got on the stage. It was like Rockefeller all over again. Mm-hmm. And so we decided to meet up at my spot. I got the studio, American New Studios in Florida, and we did a project with the band, the Black Guns. I got this band, the Black Guns, with Tash, and we did an album in 5 days. And with the album, with live instruments, we did the videos, we did the album cover shoot, we did all of the podcasts, we did everything in 5 days. And now we have a curriculum to teach people how to do an album in 5 days and get all the assets, and then go on tour, book your own shows, and put yourself on the road. So we've all been like
down the street king.
We've all been on the road for years. None of us are rookies here, but because we respect the art of rock and roll and real music, when we do something new, we're gonna start from scratch. So that's why we start with the intimate shows. You know what I mean? Yeah. And we wanted to come to the places that we feel would respect this the most, like Detroit. You know, I did the movie with Tommy out here, The Prince of Detroit, and I love it out here. And so like I asked her to, you know, put a show on. And I didn't want to do it with Tommy, anybody that I knew out here. I wanted to do it with somebody that I know. I know Tommy from L.A. He's out here. I wanted someone that is out here every day, all day long. And big shout out to Joey the Jet. He didn't help at all this time, but big shout out to him anyway. Hope he comes through today. And I know I talked for a long time, so I'm going to pass the mic. But that was basically the narrative and the story within itself. And we did it independently. And this is what it looks like when friends get together and with no ego, that love the art, respect it, hit the road, do a new project, and bring it to the rest of the world. It's funny to go into a hip hop spot and introduce rock and roll to them and to see how much they love it. Just they don't know they love it because it's never been presented to them in that way.
Yeah.
So, and that's what it's important to do. And also, we try to do this with the children too. Let them see live instruments as well. It's important for a child to see live instrumentation and to see what that is as opposed to being brought up on a track. Yeah, it's a different dimension, you know. So that's the play I'm on. And you can watch it broadcasted live today on America New. And this is not just a regular app. It's a network. Just because it's owned by one of us, don't downplay it. It's the magnitude of Tubi and Disney. It does more things than those do. And I've been working on this for 15 years for us so I can showcase our creatives. And we never have to compromise or get all weird to get successful.
Mm-hmm. Now, we talked a lot. I want to get a little bit more into American New, because I've been watching, I've been seeing you pop up on the lives, popping it, pause with you and Cam. So and you did the tour of the American New studio. So talk to us a little bit more, or let people know, like, where can they grab that American New? Like, where can they stream it from?
All you got to do is go to your app store or your Roku and type in America and then NU. So it's 2 words. Okay. America and then NU, not NEW. And we've been broadcasting. Michael Da Vinci and his band, they're late. But, we also got with another band. It's like ridiculous. This dude is insane. He's going to perform tonight. And his band, the Trip Summit, he's coming around today as well. Okay. So... what was the question? I forgot the question.
Oh, just really to get out American.
Oh yeah, American.
Where you can grab it from. That's it.
So the reason why I'm saying that is we broadcast live every day.
This how we gonna do this. Everybody that's listening right now, pull out your phone, go to your app store, and download America New. It's America Space NU. It's for free. It's a television network. It's movies. It's music. It's education, and it's free. So everybody download it. It ain't gonna cost you nothing, and it's gonna help you better your life because there's a lot of solid content on there. We've been on the road for the past 3 days. Every night we stream live, and it's available on there right now for y'all to check out. So everybody, pull out your phones, go to the App Store, download America Space NU.
And also we doing is going into towns and showcasing artists from the town. So when we were in Florida last week, Paris was at the show in Lakeland, and he was saying like he's that dude out here, and I had to call Sauce and check, make sure it was right. Yeah. And then we went to the studio, and Nicolette made a record together so that they could perform tonight. But what I liked was when we were in the studio, everyone came out thinking they were going to hang out, and they got right to work, and they focused, and everyone else left, and they were in their own world, and I appreciated it because what I saw, overall, it's all about respect for the art. And what I want to do is I want to let Tash say something real quick, or and I was Freeway talk, but Tash doesn't talk so much. He talks with his guitar. But I did want him to get his burn, because I'm gonna say this. Y'all know like Slash from Guns N' Roses?
Yeah.
Speak on that. I know. He's so humble. The last project that he did was with Slash from Guns N' Roses. So that's the magnitude and the level of respect he has in that community. Like, he playing with Slash, and I'm like, he's like, we were harmonizing with the guitars. I'm like, who's better? He he's humble. But he wasn't like, he was like, he's nice, giving him his, but he wasn't like, he didn't want to say it, but I know how nice Tash is, you know what I mean? And the fact that a guy like that respects him, it's nutty. Like, I was like, so you were basically in Guns N' Roses, like, for real? You know what I mean? See how humble he is?
Nah, man. You got to talk about it, though, bro. We got to talk about it.
Man. I'm fortunate, man. It's nice. I'm not for real. I'm lucky, so I get to play. I'm a big Freeway fan. Like, I've been a fan for many years, so to get to make music with someone I've admired for many years, and, me and Dave have known each other for a long time.
He actually died and came back to life.
That's true. That's a good story.
True. So so when I first got with them. They were so nice. I went around the world. I put their album out for nothing. We went to all around the world. Thailand. We went to the Great Wall of China, climbed that shit just to get high. Just to say we did it. Like,
we took a back route. It was
he almost fell off the wall. Thailand, he almost drowned. Piranhas almost ate him.
Well, no, you threw bread at the piranhas. Yeah, so, you helped them.
Shit like that. So, and he was rolling. We did this record, and he started opening for like the Who and all. Like it was like that. And all of a sudden, he was in a cab accident, and I literally went to the hospital and saw him with his brain out, pause, wow. And his tongue out, all that. And the doctor was like, he won't be able to wipe his ass for 6. If he could wipe his ass in 3 years, he'd be lucky. That's what they basically said that. And his family was so like confident that he was gonna pull through it. And I went back in the car. I was crying and shit. I was like, I lost another one. You know what I mean? It was like Biggie, and then Aaliyah. Yeah. And it when you know people and you know their potential and they don't get to realize this stuff and you lose them as a friend, it's the worst feeling in the world. And he came back to life. So 3 months later, he walked into my gallery on my birthday with the blood patch on his head, and then made me cry in front of everybody again. And then 3 months after that, he was back on the guitar. And I don't know if y'all know who Taj Mahal is. He's a blues singer, a very famous one, and everyone should know him. And if us as a culture don't, they need to get up on him. But he came out with me to see him play, and he was like, man, he's the OG. Now he's the music OG. He was like, man, he better slow down. He might fall out, because he just was. But he's the best I ever seen like that. He gave him those kind of props. So every moment that I have with him, I'm partying, because he was dead. You know what I mean? He back. So if Biggie ever came back, or Aaliyah, anything they want to do, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get in the studio. We gonna hang out. So I get to enjoy that as well, to watch him come through. And then it's weird because, he has a plate in his head, and hair goes through his head, the plate. I don't know how that, I ain't got no plate in my I can't get it out. Pause. So I just wanted to tell that story about him, so when you have some context about, how major he is.
That's how lucky. I was saying, I really mean that lucky thing. I'm a lucky dude.
We're all lucky.
Blessed.
You can't do no wrong with me. I'm like, I know what happened.
Blessed by God. Blessed by God, brother.
And the thing is, we've all been through things, but we all still here and doing well. So, going through things is not an excuse not to do things. It's actually more of an excuse to do more, because you got your life to fight for and the people that love you. And again, what starts to happen is you're the person that's wounded, but you end up being the person that helps everyone that's supposed to be healthy. Yeah. It's a weird thing.
Hey, Walker.
For sure. And you was giving Taz his flowers. I just want to say thank both of you guys, man. Y'all been integral parts of my life without even y'all even knowing it. You know what I mean? Just through listening to the music, through the fashion, rockaware, you know what I mean? All that type of stuff. So I just want to thank y'all for y'all contribution, not only to myself, but just to the hip hop, just to the culture. You know what I mean? We celebrated 50 years of hip hop, and you've been in it for so long and been a part of it for so long.
I've been in it way more than 50 years.
Yeah. So I'm interested to see.
They put a date on hip hop. I don't know who did it, but I can't be older than hip hop. I can't be.
I'm interested to see you guys' take on where you think hip hop is going. Especially with AI and all these things that's coming. Where do you see hip hop going?
The world is I think this is that pivotal kind of year and generation that it gets into the George Jetson world. Things are definitely getting different. I've been here for a couple of decades and seen things change. Usually we dictate where music goes, or whatever industry I'm in, we'll dictate that. Yeah. So, I would love to see hip-hop evolve, but as a 52-year-old man, I don't want to see, hip-hop be about the trauma of our culture and us hurting each other. But I can't judge how people do things on the street. But what I could do is teach them a different way to do it. Yeah. So I'm hoping that it gets a little more into the live instrumentation. And I felt like we should, because rock and roll is ours, but they make it like it's not. But everything that revolves around music started in Africa, but they put a date on it once it hits America. So I'm like, you ain't gonna tell me hip hop's 50 years old, because that's when y'all want to recognize it. Right. It's been going on a long. Who I just want to know who made that date. That's all. So, also what's important about the television network, which no one really understands because no one's ever owned the television network, is how you get paid. It's through CPMs. It's ads. It's clicks per million, which means clicks per thousand, really. And usually a third party will take 90% of your CPM. So when a commercial plays, like YouTube in front of your content, $30 might get made, but you only get $2 of it. That's why artists go platinum in digital and only make $4,000. That's why Snoop Dogg gets 1 billion streams and only makes 40 grand. But money was made. We just don't get it because we don't understand the language.
Exactly.
So in building a television network, I was like, oh man, because first it was Dame Dash Studios and it was subscription and it didn't work, but I wasn't mad because it doesn't work for anybody, not Netflix or Disney. They're in the hole. They just raise money, but I had to make it free. And in making it free, I had to learn the ad tech. I didn't even understand ad tech and how important it is. And I know if I don't understand it, no one understands it. And that's the way they're robbing us. When there's a new business, if we don't understand the industry, they rob us. So we don't get the benefit of our CPM or our data. And this is language that people are like, what is he talking about? If you are in any business that a commercial runs in front of your content and you don't know about CPMs and data, then you are dumb. Or at least unconsciously dumb. But now that I'm making people aware of it, you are getting robbed. 90% of your money that could be going to your kid is going back to them, just like they did to us in music, because we didn't understand. So knowledge is what's going to weaponize us. That's what's going to protect us.
Exactly.
And I'm going to be the person that's going to go take the licks and let everybody call me broke because I don't like to raise other people's money and use it and use my own and build something that nobody would. And I'll be that sacrificial lamb for the culture, but I have fun fighting the other one to save us so that we don't have to go through it. And it's just funny how people don't recognize what I'm doing because I'm black. But if some white man would have did it, everybody would think it's a big deal, and Steve Jobs and all that. Look at the network and respect the fact that someone from our culture has this kind of power, and that it's for y'all. So I don't have to ask anybody. If you have a message and I like your message, and if you respect the art, we write on TV. If there's a narrative we don't like as a culture, I can broadcast, or we can broadcast live the news that we want the world. That's why I'm showcasing these principles. That's why I'm showcasing the Freeway and Attach. Because nobody, on a pop level, because people that are talented won't fold. They're not going to compromise, so they don't get seen by people that don't care about the art. Well, whether you care about the art or not, you're going to see art. And you're going to see people that respect the art. And if you don't respect the art, it's not going to work out for you. Because you're going to be pretending that you do things and calling yourself things that you're not, and you're around people that are. Don't call yourself a rock star if you never performed with a band and been on the road and your voice ain't hoarse because you've been rocking out for 3 straight days and and love it. Yeah. So we get up 5:30 in the morning, all that. I'm like, damn, this is how it used to be. We still feel like I feel like a beast still. Like we still got it. So that's all this, and all this is independent. Most people get to ask for $100 million from other people and let that. And what you can do is lose money for 5 years or until that fund runs out of money. It's not yours, and you could pay salaries, and you got marketing, and all these things. I didn't start with other people's money. My fund is my pocket and my family's pocket, so it's a little different. I ain't got no money to lose. Everything I earn, I burn. So I can make $1 million, but if I got 1.5 in bills, you 500,000 broke. I can make $1 million. I have 1,100,000 bills. It doesn't feel good. Poor. But just because you made $1 million and you owe 100,000, you broke. But it's a good broke when you invest and bet it all in your dreams. See, someone that doesn't understand that would call it broke. Somebody that hustler says, I got to re-up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
I think that's what's dope about the 365s for you. Not only are y'all going city to city, exposing us to different styles of music, you educating us too with the panel. So what can people expect from the panel today at the Cambria Hotel? What y'all got going on?
For me, all I can do is talk about the verticals that I know about and talk about how I approach things without dealing with, people that have been oppressing us. And I'm not saying color, it's more like a mind state. And hoping, usually when I get around other generals, we click up and we fight a war. So to me, if a general's in the room, and I say general, I mean like someone with a business, if a general's in the room and y'all can't get together and get no money, then you're not really no general. So I'm hoping to get into a room full of generals and find some generals or armies, and let's click up and bring Detroit together with Harlem, together with Philly and Indianapolis and Gary, where I'm headed tomorrow. It's supposed to snow tomorrow, right? Or the next day?
Tonight, yeah.
Tonight?
Yeah.
So you think the planes will be messed up tomorrow?
Hopefully not. Hopefully not. It ain't snowed yet.
I'm not going to Gary because I don't want to get stuck in.
Inshallah, we get about it this year.
Yeah, we definitely talked about the panel, but we got to talk about this 365 tour, man. Tonight is going down. So, just talk to you already been giving them a little taste of what they gonna hear, man. The rock and roll mixed with the hip hop, but let everybody know where it's gonna be at, so they can go grab their tickets and they can actually come see, get the education and the entertainment.
Why don't you tell them exactly? I got you.
It's at Club Dream, man. Club Dream tonight, man. Make sure y'all go check out the Black Guns, man. Check out Freeway, Dame Dash. Oh, doors open at 9. You know, it's going down all the way to 2. Salute my brother, man, Paris Noel. He's going to be, opening up for that thing as well.
And can I say one more thing?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
This all happened. We're a bunch of dudes, but this couldn't have happened without a woman bringing this all together. So, again, I wanted you to come out and talk about, because she's like a local entrepreneur, and I asked her to hook this up, and she's done it so well that I'm having her. She's like talks to the rest of my staff about how to do something like this. But promote your stuff, and then Nicolette too.
Okay. Well, first I want to say I'm honored to even work with Dame and his team. He's so knowledgeable and open. With this experience and stuff. So this has been a really amazing journey for me working with him. I met him because I have an all-purpose barbecue sauce in 400 stores in Michigan called Soul Sauce. I'm in all the Myers stores. I'm in most of the Detroit, Michigan stores, and hopefully I'll be in Publix soon. That's one of my goals. So we just kind of connected because on the business aspect of it and talking to him, he just kind of seen that, I kind of, do a few things. And stuff.
Got that drive.
Yeah, so, we've been talking about it. We have some other things we're working on. Dame is planning to purchase a school of arts here. Where he can, teach, like he said, the CEO vision, of the importance of dreaming, something else, a vertical he'll be talking about today, too, on a panel. I like working with this team, and I'm happy to work with, whatever else he got going on.
For sure.
Yeah. Nikki.
Nicolette, come on over here, Nicolette.
Here you go.
And again, no offense to anybody, but I call her, this is like little white Aaliyah right here. Like if Aaliyah was white, she'd be a lesbian, and you know what I mean? She's like the white version of
Thank
a little
you.
dark, you know what I'm saying? Like,
It's an honor.
Paris, what's the name you want? Nicolette, say something.
Oh, I'm Nikki Licky, y'all. He keeps saying Nicolette, but
Sorry, that's a
it's
government.
Nikki Licky. It's okay. But yeah, catch us at Club Dream tonight. We have a lot of exciting stuff coming. I'm excited to be in a... I'm getting there.
She tired, bro.
I'm excited to be in Detroit, and we have Paris Noel. We did a record together after our show in Florida.
Yeah, it was Florida.
I can't keep track. And then we're going to perform it tonight. So I'm excited for that. It'll be our first time performing it together.
Yeah, man. You know how. What's up, Sal? What's
up,
going on, man? What up? What's up? What's the deal with the whole staff? Gifted, man. Shout out to Dior, all of y'all, man. I really, truly appreciate y'all because y'all always embrace me, bro. It's been many occurrences. We go back, Sal. So
years.
So
Tell them what you saw in Florida.
you know what I'm saying? Florida was definitely a vibe. Like, crazy, man. Like Trip Summit really like. And Michael Da Vinci, like they really like wowed me, and just like really like digging into like the artists out there. I was able to just see like Dame's facility, man, and the studio and
About the facility, they think I'm bragging.
what about the facility? Oh yeah. I'ma tell y'all this: the man's sitting on acres. You feel me? Yeah. We sitting on acres, and it's like to be able to have like your own hub and do everything that you want to do. You know what I'm saying? And it can transform into practically like anything. The podcasting, the studio, movies,
Sound
stadium, like everything out there, like, you know what I'm saying? And you wouldn't, it's so funny because you wouldn't even guess like where it would be. Like, that's like how mystique it is.
Like a back.
Like, yeah, in a sense like that.
With Batman.
Yeah. So, man, I just really, like I said, I just appreciate him for just embracing me because, like I said, all of this was a whole conversation and a thought back in August. And, you know, I just really understood, like, the true meaning of, like, manifesting. And, you know, like he say, don't dream cheap. You know what I'm saying? And in instances, in many ways, like I just been picking up game from them as far as what, like, you know what I'm saying? Don't hide the plug, give it out. So that's instance, like I call y'all the hottest radio station in the city. Let's put it together. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all always embrace me and in many ways. You know what I'm saying? So, like he said, it's better to have people, it's better to have protection from people that love you than, you know, what you say, Dang? It's better to have protection for people that love you than to depend on people that want to rob you. You know what I'm saying? So
Don't trust your oppressor.
You feel me? So we you know, it's like really revolutionary in a sense. Yeah. That's how I look at it. So to be able to have him here in the city and allow me to embrace the stage and be here with Free, you know what I'm saying? He's a legend. Like it's all started, like I said, from a video, seeing these two vibe to my record. And from there it just was like up. You know, Nikki, she dope. Like the record we got is crazy. So I'm just excited for that. And you know what I'm saying? I finally get to meet this amazing guitarist he been talking about, man. You know, man, I'm like, dude, I done watched interview. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all love. So I'm just glad to just be a part of this history, man, especially for the culture of music and, you know, the culture of Detroit.
You know, we definitely appreciate you putting this one together, man. Picking up the phone line. Come on, talk to me.
Go ahead. Freeway, I just wanted Freeway to talk about the freedom thinkers academy, because when someone's doing something good, they don't talk about it.
No, it's important.
When one of us is helping, if somebody from another culture goes to Africa and picks up a kid, a little black kid, it's all over the place. But when one of us goes to get, I'm sure there's been some black people that have abducted some black people.
You know.
But they don't ever show that. When we're teaching our people, they don't show that. They don't want that visual. That's why it was important for me to do the movie with Tommy, The Prince of Detroit, because there's so much wealth in Detroit, you know, and no one knows about it, you know, and no one knows about government contracts. Like out here in Detroit, dudes get rich off stuff that none of us know about. Yeah. How are you rich? You know what I mean? Even the owner of the TB1, what's her name? They offer my, like, so many millionaires out here from years. But again, you wanted to tell them about
shout out to Detroit. Like, Detroit been showing us a lot of love since the beginning of my first career. I remember me and Beans did a record with the Street Lords back in the day, and it's always been, you know, a connection with Detroit. As far as my company, Freedom Thinkers Academy, which is music, health, education, and culture, those that's familiar with me and that follow me and follow my career, I was diagnosed with end-stage renal failure September 15th, 2015. I was on dialysis from September 5th, 2015, all the way to February 5th, 2019, when I received my gift of life, my new kidney. You know, instead of hiding what I was going through from the world, we decided to stand in front of it. Now I stand as the celebrity ambassador for the National Kidney Foundation. I work with Gift of Life. I work with Donate Life. I have a bunch of other partnerships with different health companies. And I started my own company, Freedom Thinkers Academy. And on the health side, I just told y'all, on the education side, we have some STEM workforce development programs. We getting ready to start another cohort of music, audio, and visual engineering 101 students on February 5th. We done graduated probably like 10 cohorts between phlebotomy, medical billing and coding, music engineering, you know, and the reason why I started doing that in my city of Philadelphia is a lot of violence and negativity going on in the city. And I feel like if we present these young folks with an opportunity, instead of being on the streets, they will take that opportunity. You could take this course, you can get the certification, you can go straight into the workforce. And that's what's been going on. My last cohort of phlebotomy students was 13 students, and when they graduated, all 13 of them had a job before the graduation. You know, so that's, you know, that's the work that we putting in, and that's the success rate that we've been having, you know.
And that's how we you know, that's the conversations you want to have, not, yo, I just did this to a cat and I punched this dude in the mouth and celebrating that. The way we front on each other is how many schools you go to this week.
For sure, yeah.
Every year, I'll be like, what's up, Free? Oh, I'm just on my way to 10 schools, to Harvard, you know, to Penn State on the float with the mayor.
Yeah. And I just and if y'all follow my career, y'all know I lost my son in 2020 and I lost my daughter in 2021 to a rare cancer called sarcoma. I just was part of the Rose Parade in Pasadena, California on New Year's Day. They honored me for being a transplant recipient, and they honored my son for being a donor. When he passed away, he saved 4 lives. The 2 people got his kidneys, 1 person got his lungs, and 1 person got his liver, you know. So even in death, my son was a hero, and they honored me, and they had a picture of my son right behind me when I was riding on the float, and the moment was like so real. And I mean, it brought me to tears just even seeing it, you know. In Islam, it's a saying, with every hardship comes relief, you know, and to be able to be honored and my son be honored was a blessing, man, you know. So we're going to continue to put the work in, and it just feels amazing to help people and to be able to give back to the community. It's just a great feeling.
Yeah, no, definitely.
He's a warrior.
Definitely, my condolences.
He's
for
a
sure,
warrior.
but
That's what I'm saying.
Man, you
Ice cold.
You don't wear a bit of what you've been through, man. You know, you look good. You always preaching positivity. So
thank you.
Sure.
And that's a testament to God. You know, before I went through any of it, I had a relationship with God. You know, I'm Muslim. I pray 5 times a day, and before I was diagnosed with kidney failure, when the doctors called me and told me to get to the emergency room, first thing I did was go to the masjid and I prayed and I asked God to help me deal with whatever the situation was. And that's what he did, you know, so alhamdulillah.
That's a blessing, man.
So he'll be speaking at the spot as well.
At the panel at the Cambria.
Yeah,
the Cambria
we want to talk about the curriculum and, you know, how the only way to get through stuff is to drink and keep fighting.
For sure.
You know, we doing big.
After your diagnosis, what did you change about your diet and everything?
Oh, man, I had to change everything. I had to change my diet. I was on dialysis, so a person that's on dialysis is only supposed to drink 32 ounces of fluid a day, because a normal person that's on dialysis can't even urinate. Through the grace of God, I was still able to urinate, but I had to, you know, watch my fluid intake, phosphorus, certain fruits and food that I couldn't eat. It was a lot of lifestyle changes that I had to make. I remember the first time I walked into the dialysis unit, and it's a couple different forms of dialysis, but I did hemodialysis, where you actually go into the unit itself and you get the people to give you dialysis. So they stuck me with 2 needles, one called the venous, one called the arterial. One needle takes your blood out your body, put it into the dialyzer to clean the blood, and then the other needle pumps the blood back into your body. It's a process that takes 4 hours, you know. And no matter
how often you have to do that.
I had to do it 3 times a week, 4 hours a day, no matter where I was at, you know. And I still kept pushing. Once I was good enough to work, I went on a road, did a couple tours. When I was on the road, I had to set dialysis up everywhere I went. Like, you know, if I land in Atlanta, I would do dialysis in the morning, do the show at night, go to the next city, do the show, then do dialysis the next morning. And the reason why I felt it was important, not only to myself, but to everybody else that was going through it, to show them, like, you can live a successful life on dialysis if you follow all the rules, you take your medicine, you listen to what the doctors say. But the best thing for a person on dialysis is a kidney transplant, because it doubles your life expectancy.
That was heavy, right?
Heavy. It's heavy.
You thought I was heavy, right?
Heavy.
He on side, he comes with that, you know what I mean?
I got a question for you too, man. We know you a dreamer, a creator. You know what I'm saying? What advice? And you tapped into the city, man, with the Prince of Detroit, man. First of all, what response have you got from the rest of the world from the Prince of Detroit?
Well, you know, I was doing screenings all around the world. I took it to London, New York. Everyone that's seen it loves it. But again, I'm not going to put it on Netflix. It would be against the grain. We directed it independently. We produced it independently, wrote it. We had to put it out in theaters independently. So we did all of that, and now it's going to go on my own platform. And it'll go on streaming service, on another streaming service. It goes on one of ours, one that we own.
Are you going to have 24-hour live, like basically programming, just like a TV station?
Well, that's what I've been doing. So usually when we're not on the road, at 1 o'clock, I teach American New University, and that's where I talk about whatever verticals I'm into that day. At 4 o'clock, Raquel comes on and does Rocky's after school program, and you know, she teaches the kids and with music and all that. And then at 9 o'clock, we broadcast Micah Da Vinci and the Trip Summit until 12, and everyone performs. And in between that, we do the interviews. So I am going to be broadcasting live all day long, 24 hours. But right now we're broadcasting about 6, and then what I'm going to do is because we have we have a studio in Burbank, so then we'll have LA will do a couple of hours, and then we'll have Vegas do a couple of hours, and then we'll have New York do a couple of hours. Hopefully we'll have Detroit do an hour or two. Because I can broadcast from anywhere. Like I can broadcast right now from the phone.
That's what's up. I was gonna say too, like one of the conversations that came from the whole Katt Williams thing is about, like us tearing each other down and not going against the bigger establishment.
Except me, I go against the bigger establishment.
And that's what I was gonna say.
I like the bigger.
Exactly what you're doing right now with America New. You know what I mean? You going against the bigger establishment. That's one of the narratives that I saw that came out of that.
I don't call out us. I like to call out Leor. Those that everyone else thinks is from that everyone's scared of that's robbing us. I like. If I'm a CEO, I ain't gonna have no problems with no one but a CEO.
For sure.
Don't have me dumbing down, having beefs with people that aren't CEOs. You know what I mean? And it's a different kind of beef. Yeah. It's a different kind of trolling. I come and I get in your whole industry's pockets and I save the people that you've been robbing. And it's crazy because the people that are getting robbed embrace the people that are robbing them so hard. And they don't even know. And that's why I'm like, y'all got to know how much they laughing at y'all. That's what used to make me mad about them, is because they just didn't think I knew. Yeah. And I'd be like, bro, don't you know I know that you're robbing us and you're trying to rob us and that you're laughing at us? I see y'all laughing and you think we don't know. It's in your eyebrows. I can see it. Yeah. There's a little twitch that goes on when they start robbing us and telling us we're great while they're in our pocket. Yeah. I can see it twitch. I'm like, don't even try me like that.
Man,
you know what I mean? So I'm gonna get at you and I'm gonna get because they like to have war in our battlefield. I like to have war in theirs. I'm gonna tear down your building. They're gonna come knocking down mine. You understand what I mean? Yeah, I did enough of that. War is different. It's not what you think. And it's fought different. It's really fought with patterns and things that people put in your face all day long and feed you. And the way they killing us is through the food and through the fact our lack of knowledge and just making us mad at each other instead of those that are hurting us. Yeah. And that's what's been happening. So I think once there's other options, like I feel like the only reason why we go to them is because we don't think we could go to us. So if we get in a position that consistently we don't need you and we can make much more money over here with one of us, meaning a creative, like-minded thinker, then it's going to change the ship of the world. So it seems like it's been a while they've been in control. Everything goes in a circle. It's been 15 years. It's about that time to get that whip back, you know what I mean? And the only way to drive the car is to have one that nobody else is, a spaceship now. And that's what I was able to build, because I was thinking about what will we be doing in the future. Like when you start in a business, you don't think about what people were doing in the past. You think about what are people going to be buying and how are they going to buy it in 10 years. And that's what I started working on. Once I saw the internet, I was like, it's time to build this, because we on the Titanic, just about to hit the iceberg. So now that everyone knows the game or thinks they know the game, I'm 10 years ahead. I already got a network with and it's all kind of content that I basically shot myself and directed, So again, check that out. And I want that smoke. I want the problems with those that deserve to have problems with me. If you ain't done nothing, I ain't acknowledging you for no war unless you hurting us, But yeah, I like to get at the guys everyone else is scared of.
For sure.
Man, in Detroit, the movie scene is going crazy right now. What's the process to get a project on American?
You just hit Omar. He's the head of acquisitions, but Dennis is from out here. Yeah, and he's cracking. Yeah. So I know him well. He's a great filmmaker, and he understands the model. He's always shooting. So we're talking about some things that should be some big Detroit announcements soon. One of the things I guess I'd say it. This is not the big announcement, but him and I were going to do a movie together in Detroit, just to showcase that black filmmakers can work together. Yeah. And you got to think about something. Number one, I'm 52, right? And every single thing that I'm talking about right now is forwarded, brand new. We ain't sitting here talking about what I did, Rockefeller, and none of that. We have so much cool things to talk about new. And that's how you keep yourself inspired and not depressed, is always doing new stuff. So I'm talking about a new network. Here's my new sneakers. CEO new socks. Damn, y'all. I'm launching a high-end line. It's called Made by Dame Dash. I might showcase that. CEO clothes. Everything new.
Freedom Thinkers Academy clothes.
New curriculum. See, it's friendly with each other. New curriculum. Everything new.
Yeah.
New music.
And you know, Dame, you keep forgetting to tell people that you received your official doctorate
You're right.
too.
I'm sorry. I'm now Dr. Dash.
Dr. Dame Dash.
You're right. I keep forgetting I'm a doc.
Dame
Yeah, so when they say, "What's up, doc?" I be turning around. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I got my doctorate. Now that's crazy because I used to be in the principal's office for the wrong reasons.
Right.
Got my GED, didn't go to college, and now I'm teaching principles, and I got my doctorate. That's crazy. You know, the people that you think are the worst sometimes are the best, and the people you think are the best are the worst. It's weird.
Yeah.
You know, when somebody's telling you and hugging you and giving you compliments, but they're not showing you how to take care of yourself, they're enabling you. You know, if you tell someone the truth and give them constructive criticism, it might hurt their ego and they might not like you for a second, which is what I'm used to. But once they actually go through it and see that it works out, then they get over that.
Yeah.
You know.
Man, I definitely appreciate it, man, because you've been doing that for a long time, man, and I've been here for a lot of it, man. I'm 34 years old, so going through that whole process, I know you're talking about, not talking about the past, but just like those foundational pieces for me, you know what I mean, watching things that you were a part of and having added it to my life, you know, the movies, the Paid in Fulls, the state properties, you know what I mean.
I'm bringing at 100,000 downloads. Paid in Full starts production. I'm at like 34 now, just so you say. And there'll be, because what I want to do is take Paid in Full and do the Paid in Full of every city. So I'm looking for which is going to be the Paid in Full of Detroit. I'm going to do. I got to get through Harlem's story first, but then I'm right here.
That's what's up, man. Definitely appreciate it.
Nah.
Definitely. Last but not least, I just want you to give some advice to the young dreamers, young entrepreneurs out here. You know, you sometimes you as a dreamer, you have $1 million ideas, man. And sometimes if you don't act on them, they might get backed up. You might not get something done.
No, that turns into a nightmare.
What advice can you give somebody about just and multitasking? I know that's a skill. You're doing a lot of stuff, so somebody starting off, how do you go about that, or how you even get started?
Well, first you have to identify your dream, the thing that you like to do the most, and it can't be just because it's going to make money. It got to be because you love doing it. You would do it for free. You identify that, and then you put that on a piece of paper, and you figure out how to make that what you love your profession. Right? So what I do is I get the perfect visual. There's usually going to be negative people around, so I don't listen to them. And then I write down the plan as another dimension, and then I go make it happen. What I do is I make an octopus. So let's say it's an album. So the album would be the circle, and I'll say, okay, this has to drive 8 different verticals. What can I make off this? So one vertical is clothes, one vertical is music, one vertical is the stream, one vertical is the show, one vertical is the art, so on and so forth. Then I make a list, like that's my table of content. And then everything on that vertical gets its own page, and I write down everything I want to do with that. And then I go and I look at what I want to buy after I make all the money that I'm visualizing, and I take pictures of that. So it's the jet, the island, because I don't dream small. And so that goes on the vision board, and then how much of it I have to sell to make that much money to buy that. So I break it down like that. So if I got to make $1 million, I'll be like, oh, that means I got to do a certain amount of shows. I do this many shows for $20,000. I make $1 million. And then I put that on, and that becomes my business plan. You understand what I mean? So I say I got to do this many shows to make this much money. I got to sell this many clothes to make this much money. And my dreams get complicated, so I'm really, but that's what you have to do. You have to break your dream down, put the octopus down, visualize it, vision board it, and then you work on it 8 hours a day, or it's not your dream. It's a hobby. If you don't do it 8 hours a day, if you ain't got 8 hours a day, because it's 24, so you got to work 8. I don't, but most people do. You got to sleep 8, and then you got 8 to do with your dreams. There's no reason, and you can't ever say you don't have time to work on your dreams. If you have time to work on somebody else or for somebody else for 8 hours a day, why wouldn't you have time to work on something you love 8 hours a day? It's not logical. Because you're scared, because you got to pay a bill. Bill could get paid late. Trust me, I know.
Man,
For sure,
appreciate
for sure.
you, man, for falling through, man. Blessing the city.
all good.
You've been in the city a lot, staying tapped in, so we appreciate you. Anything you got going on, make sure you tap in with us first.
Appreciate y'all.
Got you.
Nah,
Yes,
I'll
sir,
be
man.
back. I'll be
365 tours
Appreciate
going
you.
down tonight. You know it, man. Make sure you pull up the Club Dream. You can go
Type your shit
type it
paper.
in on Eventbrite, get your tickets, or just pull up. You pay at the door, man. Doors open at 9. Freeway, Taj, we appreciate both of y'all for coming through and sharing y'all story. It's Hot 107.5 Hot Boy Radio.